You've probably heard of the F-22 Raptor, an icon of air superiority, a jet that looks like it flew straight out of the future. It's the gold standard for fifth-generation fighters known for stealth, supercruise, and unmatched maneuverability. But the F-22's story isn't just about its highlight reel. Behind the sleek airframe are some serious challenges, issues that have grounded fleets, cost billions, and raised questions about its very design. The F-22 is a marvel, but it's a flawed one. In this video, we'll break down the 6 biggest problems that have plagued the F-22, from life support systems to stealth coatings and sky-high costs. Let's get into it. For F-22 pilots, oxygen isn't just comfort, it's survival. The onboard oxygen generation system was meant to be revolutionary, but pilots began suffering confusion, dizziness, and the infamous Raptor cough. In 2011, the fleet was grounded. The culprit? A stuck valve in the pressure vest causing dangerous carbon dioxide buildup. The fix? Redesign the valve, add a backup oxygen system, and install cockpit sensors for real-time data. The F-22's oxygen crisis proved that even tiny flaws can threaten the world's most advanced jet. The Raptor's greatest strength? Its ability to adapt, even when the threat comes from within. The F-22's stealth is its signature feature, but also its greatest challenge. Its radar-absorbent material makes it nearly invisible to radar. Yet this high-tech skin is fragile. Rain, fuel, or high-speed flight can strip the coating away. For every hour in the air, the F-22 can need over 30 hours of groundwork, much of it spent repairing the delicate coating. The cost? Astronomical. Its cost per flight hour is among the highest in the world. This constant maintenance drags down readiness rates and limits availability. The F-22's stealth is both its superpower and its burden. The F-22's stealth is legendary, but it's not a magic cloak. Its design defeats high-frequency radars used by modern fighters and missile systems, but low-frequency radars like VHF and UHF pose a different threat. These long-wavelength radars can see features like tail fins and wings, making the F-22 detectable if not targetable. Stealth isn't absolute, it's a game of probabilities and trade-offs. Adversaries like Russia and China have invested in networks of low-frequency radars to create early warning tripwires. Once a stealth jet is detected, other sensors can be cued to try and pinpoint its location. The F-22's shape helps, but physics has limits. You can't be invisible to every radar band. This vulnerability isn't new. Even the F-117 was shot down after being detected by old Soviet radars. The F-22's answer? Tactics and teamwork. Electronic warfare aircraft like the EA-18G Growler can jam low-frequency radars, creating corridors for Raptors to slip through. Mission planning is critical, using terrain and flight paths to minimize exposure. Detection doesn't equal destruction. Low-frequency radars give only a rough location, not a weapons-grade lock. The real danger is when these radars are networked with other sensors, building a kill chain. Breaking that chain is key to survival. The F-22 is low observable, not invisible. Its stealth is optimized for specific threats, but vulnerabilities remain. The operational environment is always evolving, demanding new tactics and support. The myth of total invisibility is just that, a myth. The F-22's edge depends on technology, teamwork, and smart flying. In a world of advancing sensors, stealth is a moving target. Now let's talk about the F-22's biggest problem: cost. Born in the Cold War, the F-22 was designed to be the best, no expense spared. The plan was to build 750 jets, but after the Soviet Union collapsed, that number kept shrinking. Fewer jets meant the massive R&D costs were spread over a smaller fleet, driving the price per jet sky high. The final tally? About $67 billion for 187 operational aircraft, over $350 million each. The high cost led to production being capped, leaving the Air Force with far fewer jets than planned. Shutting down the production line created another problem. Restarting it now would be prohibitively expensive. Export bans meant no foreign sales to offset costs, so the U.S. bore the entire financial burden. The F-22's price tag also affected the F-35 program, forcing the F-35 to take on roles it wasn't designed for. The Air Force's high-low mix ended up with a much smaller high end than intended. The F-22 became a cautionary tale in defense procurement, designed for one era, forced to justify itself in another. Its unmatched performance came at a price few were willing to pay. The decision to end production is now a source of regret, as new threats highlight the need for air dominance. The F-22's cost wasn't just financial, it shaped the entire future of U.S. air power. The Raptor is a masterpiece, but one the Air Force could barely afford. Its legacy is as much about what wasn't built as what was. The F-22 story is a lesson in ambition, timing, and the high price of being the best. Sometimes even a perfect jet can be too expensive to fly. The F-22 was built for one thing: air dominance. In a dogfight, nothing can touch it. But modern warfare demands more than just air-to-air prowess. Multi-role missions, striking ground targets, electronic warfare, intelligence gathering, are now the norm. Here the F-22 falls short. Its ground attack capability is limited to 2 pound bombs, tiny compared to the payloads of F-15Es or F-35s. All weapons must be carried internally for stealth, restricting what it can bring to the fight. It lacks advanced targeting pods and sensors for ground attack, making it a poor choice for strike missions. In electronic warfare, the F-22's radar can jam, but it's no dedicated EW platform like the EA-18G Growler. Its electronic attack is a bonus, not a core strength. Networking is another weak spot. The F-22's stealthy data link can only talk to other F-22s, not the broader force. Workarounds exist, but they're clunky and indirect. The F-35, by contrast, was built for seamless communication and multi-role flexibility. In recent conflicts, the F-22's limitations became clear. It was often a very expensive deterrent, not a workhorse. Calling it a one-trick pony is harsh, but not far off. The F-22 is a hyper-specialist in a world that increasingly values versatility. Its design, born from Cold War priorities, left it with gaps in ground attack, electronic warfare, and networking. It's the best at its one job, but that job isn't always what's needed. The Raptor's focus on air-to-air perfection came at the cost of flexibility. In today's battle space, being the best at one thing isn't always enough. The F-22's specialization is both its strength and its limitation. For a jet hailed as the pinnacle of technology, the F-22's electronics are surprisingly dated. Its core avionics were designed in the late 1980s, ancient by today's standards. The F-22's computers run on obsolete processors, and its software is written in Ada, a language few programmers use today. Upgrading the jet is a massive challenge. Integrating new weapons or sensors takes years and millions of dollars. For example, adding the latest air-to-air missiles or a helmet-mounted display, standard on other fighters, has been slow and costly. The F-22 still lacks a helmet-mounted cueing system, putting pilots at a disadvantage in close combat. Networking is another headache. The F-22's data link can't natively talk to the Common Link 16 network, limiting its ability to share data with other aircraft. The F-35, by contrast, was designed for seamless communication and easy upgrades. The Air Force is trying to modernize the F-22 through incremental updates, but it's a constant struggle against outdated architecture. Every upgrade is a balancing act. Keep the F-22 viable or invest in newer platforms like the F-35 and NGAD. The F-22's technological edge is slipping, not because it wasn't advanced, but because time moves fast in the digital age. The jet's original design choices now limit its adaptability. Modernization is possible but expensive and slow. The F-22 remains a marvel, but it's a marvel trapped by its own legacy tech. The lesson? Even the best hardware can be held back by aging software. The Raptor's future depends on overcoming its technological roots. In a world of rapid innovation, standing still is falling behind. The F-22's greatest challenge may be keeping up with the times. After all these issues, oxygen failures, fragile skin, radar vulnerabilities, sky-high costs, and aging tech, the F-22 is undeniably flawed. Yet it remains the world's most formidable air superiority fighter. When it works, nothing else comes close. The Raptor's presence alone can change the calculus of any conflict. Its time at the top is ending, with retirement planned for the 2030s and the NGAD on the horizon. The F-22's legacy is both its dominance and the hard lessons learned. Lessons shaping the next generation of fighters. It's a flawed masterpiece, but a masterpiece all the same.